Okay, Simon, I gotta teach the kids about the Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
So let's pretend here we're sitting by the fire, and I'm gonna tell you about it. Okay, the Peacemaker was a really important person. He came from the Creator. He's one of the four sacred beings. And at the time when he came, all the nations were warring. They were all fighting with each other, and there was a lot of really, really bad stuff going on. Really bad. So the Creator said, okay, I'm going to bring this Peacemaker to the earth to help the people. And so he sent the Peacemaker to this young woman who lived alone with her mom. And they left the village because the village was so awful. They were doing such bad things that she would be the grandmother. The grandmother took the daughter away and said, no, we're not living with these people. We are going to go have our own life, and I'm going to keep you safe and at peace. And so they went away, and they lived in this little tiny hut by the Bay of Quinte, which is kind of near Kingston, I guess. We've never really been there, but
Yeah.
it sounds really beautiful. So the so that would have been her mom, right? So there's the mom and the daughter. At this point, it's just the mom and the daughter. So that mom did all this stuff herself. She did all the hunting. She built the house. She made the fire. She's a little bit like your mom. And she did it all herself, and she raised her daughter. So there they are. They're living in peace. And next thing you know, the daughter is having a baby. She's got a little baby growing in her. And there's the baby. That's the Peacemaker right there. So the grandmother flipped out. She's so mad. She says, how do you have a baby? We've never been around anyone. And so she thinks that this baby is bad. She thinks the baby is evil. Sorcerer. Yeah. Oh, bad. But that's not true. That's not true.
It looks like a dino egg.
Yeah. No. See, the Peacemaker, she didn't know this yet, but the Peacemaker was good from the Creator, right? It's one of the four sacred beings. It's very special. But the grandma didn't know this. So anyway, so the daughter gets older, and she has the baby. The baby comes out. It's the Peacemaker. And she's got this little baby. And she's got him wrapped up. He's out now, and she's got him wrapped up in her little blankie.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's made out of deer skin, a nice soft deer skin blanket, and there's some fur on it. And he's all cozy. So he comes out. But the grandmother still thinks that he's evil. And she did some stuff to the baby. I'm not even going to tell you what she did, but she was not good. Okay? And the mother was heartbroken. She didn't know what to do. But every time the grandmother did something bad to the baby ended up back with the mother. So he went back in his blanket. So the grandma would do something bad, and then there he was, back again, snuggled up with his mom. It was a miracle, So finally, the Creator had enough and came and sent this spirit messenger. I don't know what his name is, but he came. He was very handsome. So this is him. He's like the spirit guy. He came to the grandmother and said, Grandmother, you're being bad. You're being evil. This is not good. The Peacemaker is here to send peace. He's here to teach a message to everyone. He's one of the four sacred beings. So after that, the grandmother never hurt the baby again. And she apologized. She was very, very sorry. She didn't know. You see, the thing was, people were like that in the old days. As soon as something was different, they thought it was bad. And they do bad stuff. sometimes really bad. But so that's why the Peacemaker came, and he's got to sort all that out. So then he grew up. Guess what? Then he's a man. He goes over here. He says, okay. He finds this big stone made out of white granite. And he says, I am going to make a stone canoe with this. And he did. He makes this amazing stone canoe, and the grandmother looks at him and she goes, this is not going to work out good. Stone goes in the water. It's going to sink. You're not going to go nowhere with that canoe. And he says, well, okay, we'll see when I'm done. And he puts it in the water, and doesn't the canoe float? It floats. It's perfect. So the Peacemaker, he's a man now. He hops into his canoe and he says, to heck with you guys, I'm out of here. And he goes off and sends the message of peace to all the nations. Beautiful.
Oh.
And he goes and teaches this thing called the Great Law. And
of peace.
Yes, the Great Law of Peace. And that's where Canada gets its democracy from. That's our origin too.
Trees.
Yeah, and this is the Tree of Peace. But this is not part of the story. That comes later. Someone's going to tell that story.
Which tree is the Tree of Peace? Which tree is the tree of peace?
I don't know. I'll have to ask that. Okay.